And we are live. Welcome from Groove Asia Leaders Unite. My name is Nick, and let's get into this today. This is an exciting one. We've got a very interesting topic for you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, follow, leave a comment, notify, all of those things. You get the idea. One of the things that we want to do today is to show you a little bit about customer care, or in this case, care beyond compare, right? We are poets here over here at Groove Asia. Now, one of the things that we're doing for this particular course, the courses and communities, is to look at things from A to Z, thinking about your platform and creating courses and building communities. Because, to be honest with you, for long-lasting success, they go together. Okay. And today's topic actually helps you with the glue that binds the two together, customer care. So, why should you even care about online courses? Well, I've been banging on about this for 15 weeks before today, and this is number 16. I'm telling you, global market for online courses is heading to go and at least quadruple between now and 2030. Have a look at the figures, and it's going to be over 800, nearly 850 billion US dollars. Okay, just breathe. That's a big number. Okay, that's a really big number. Have a think about where you would like to be in getting a small, tiny, teeny, winny, incy, bitsy little slice of that. Okay, so have a think about that. Have a think about what you do with that. What difference could it make for you? For me, it's looking at financial freedom. Simple as that. One of the things that I want to do is to be able to work anywhere in the world, in a warm country. Right now, I'm here in the UK. I am freezing my backside off. It's -1 degrees right now. It's sunny, but it's -1. I like the sun, but I like it a lot warmer. And these courses are going to help me achieve my financial freedom. What about you? Are they going to help you pay your hospital bills, your student loans, helping your family, helping your children get onto the household, buy houses, or get their first apartment? There's a number of things you can do, or even you want to save more for your retirement, whatever it is. And retirement could be a long way away, by the way, for you. All right. So I'm not just looking at people. You could be 40 years old and thinking about retirement right now, and that's cool as well. So, customer care. Today we're going to look at a certain number of things in terms of the pillars of trustworthy service, structuring your customer service dream team. Okay, and don't forget, folks, this is even if you're only on your own today. Okay, I want you to think ahead. I want you to think a little bit further down the line. I want you to think outside the box. All right, and I'm going to help you do that. Number 3 is feedback systems and service improvement. And number 4, case studies and transformative customer care. And I've got examples of these for you as well. Right? Now, one of the things that I've done is I've taken a topic that I would run a workshop on and brought it into a stream. So some parts of it are designed to be interactive and so on. So I want to give you the ideas to make it interactive. And even if you're on your own, get help from friends or partners or people around you to help you develop these roles, these strategies, these ideas. Because brainstorming them will help you come up with ideas that you would never have come up on your own. So work with people around you. Right? So having a look at the pillars of trustworthy service. What does that mean? Well, one of the things, trust. Know, like, trust. Nobody's going to buy from you unless they know you, they like you, they trust you. Right? That's the case of it. Now, empathy is very, very important in that you have to be able to think about what your customer or your client is facing as a problem, what tools or solutions they have at hand to go and solve the problem, and how you can help bring the two together, how you can provide a solution or um, or a fix for their problem. And you have to be able to put yourself outside of your hunter-gatherer builder kind of mentality in order to be a consumer or be a somebody who's looking at your course and then getting something from it to then grow their business or to be more successful in their job. Right? You have to put yourself and take yourself further down the line so that it goes deeper. And again, I've over the last few weeks, I've talked about connecting with your audience, connecting with your clients, and this empathy is assumed. You have to have the empathy, thinking about them. So, as a group activity, what I would normally do, in a workshop, is to share experiences where people can relate, cases of outstanding customer care. Okay, customer care can take many different forms. Now, obviously, you can go away and do this with friends, family, colleagues, etc. Now, here I'm just going to give you a couple of different examples. So, for example, there's an online shoe and clothing retailer called Zappos, which I've been reliably informed that they have a lot of good practice in terms of empathy in action. For example, they would send cards, maybe flowers, maybe little gifts to customers. Now, obviously, it sounds like it's a quite a high end type of store. So, of course, you go the extra mile from that point of view. It's not it's not a place where you get the cheapest items and quickest deliveries. So what they do is they make sure that whatever they do, they get it right. So that's one example. Now, another example of branding to inspire trust. Okay, is Apple's Genius Bar. You've all, a lot of us have been in the Apple Store, and it was wow. When it came out, it was like wow. There are phones and tablets and everything everywhere. The iMac, the MacBooks, and then there's this place where you can just basically wait in line and have your questions answered by a genius. Brilliant. Now, obviously, those of you who like me who watch The Big Bang Theory know that the Apple Genius Bar, they're not real geniuses, right? They're not. But they do know more about the systems and the processes and some of the use cases for the products that you buy. They have an experience of people buying their products and experiencing them, and they can actually help guide you, solve any problems, but also actually give you advice on how to go and use the technology in the way that will benefit you most. To be honest, I know people who've gone through it and swear by it. I know other people who've gone through it and had not so much of a brilliant time, but that's okay. And again, it they what they do have is they have somebody there, whereas in other stores, you get one or two people who may know one or two things, but not necessarily for the product or the item that you're purchasing. So from that point of view, I personally would rate Apple's Genius Bar as a good example. What about you? What examples can you give? Write it in the chat. By the way, those of you online, put in hashtag live. Glad to have you aboard. And those of you watching the replay, put hashtag replay. One of the things that we're looking for is your experiences of outstanding customer care. And I'm sure that you've got many. many to share. All right. Now, the next item we're going to talk about is structuring your customer service dream team. Well, I mean, it may just be you. That's okay. But I need you to think ahead, because even if you actually put a different hat on and think a little bit differently and then be the customer service of your own team, that's fine too. But you have to get into the mindset of it. In terms of the ideal customer service personnel, breaking it down, one of the things that I would be interested in, let's just take this away. One of the things that I would be interested in is think about your business, the kind of person that you need to have who is customer facing. Now, one of the things that I've done in the past, I still do today, is talk to end users. And what that means is talk to my customers. So, for example, they could have questions before they buy, they could have questions after they bought. I may be, technical, I may be the designer of the course that they've bought, but also one of the things that I've had to learn over the years, and it's been hard, I've got to tell you, is I've got to have the ability to listen. Okay, active listener. Listen to the customer. Don't just hear 2 or 3 keywords and then want to jump in and say, yeah, well, just hit the reset button, or yes, you want to click on start and click on membership and blah blah blah. It's not about jumping in at some keywords and then delivering some kind of canned response. Active listening is taking something on board, breathe, digest, and then ask, just say what I heard, what you're looking for is, and then ask the question again in either similar or slightly different type of terminology, and make sure that the customer knows that you understand what they're asking first. If that's not what they're asking, then try again. Okay? Because you could be giving them an answer without checking that you've understood what they're asking. You could be giving them an answer that doesn't really solve anything for them. And that's very, very important. So when you're actually with people, you can actually go and demonstrate this. And one of the things that we're looking at is the idea that you can actually go and trial this out as some kind of interactive session, some kind of role playing. And that's very, very easy to do, fun to do. Do it with your kids. If they're young, it's not a problem. Get them to role play, knock on your door and ask for something, even something like that. Remember, it's about practicing not only active listening, but also learning to ask the right questions. Right. So anyway, so have a look at that. Have a look and see if, for example, you get into a situation whereby you can role play and learn how to effectively communicate. Okay. Now, here are examples that I've dug up. Again, Ritz-Carlton Hotel uses the motto, "We are ladies and gentlemen, serving ladies and gentlemen." And there, of course, their idea is that they would get experienced, worldly customer support people who actually have been there, done that, know what questions to ask, and be knowledgeable, be unflappable. They're active listeners. Their communication skills are spot on. Remember, you're looking at a clientele that expects the best, and you want to deliver the best for them. And therefore, customer care is highly, highly important for the company. Amazon, apparently, I deliver training and development. Yeah, and one of the things that they do, and I know people who've been working in Amazon, is that although it's highly regimented in many ways. But what they do is within the box that they put you in, for uh, you know, for want of a better word, the box that they put you in, they allow you enough leeway to solve problems and to work with others. Now, there are some, hard things that they, cannot be changed, but there is a certain amount of leeway that they train people on, and they are known, to, in my experience, to take on younger, smarter graduates and then be able to train them up. Why that? Well, they're more malleable. They haven't been. I mean, to be honest with you, we did this ourselves in our company. Uh, One of the things that uh, we did was to take on graduates. They've not been spoiled or got into bad habits through other companies, through having bad bosses or bad organizations or bad situations. We encourage them. We create a culture, can-do attitude of fun, of working together. Even though it was a sales organization, we weren't a typical sales organization. We worked as a lot of the time, or most of the time, in fact. So we created a place where we helped them develop. We gave them opportunities, and that, Amazon doesn't do this on a much bigger scale, but we did it ourselves in our company as well. So it doesn't matter how big you are, but you can actually give opportunities for people to grow into and develop the roles. Okay. So the final example I've got on there is this idea that you've got Netflix. What they do is they for example make sure that they do the right thing. If there's an issue, they're able to fix it and so on. A lot of companies do this, obviously. Now, one of the things about some of the companies that we've all heard of, yes, a lot of the information is out there, but it's not necessarily, how shall I put it? They like to have this kind of information, this kind of they like to be known for good customer care. But of course, it's invariably, it can never be 100% coverage. You're always going to have an exception to the rule, and hopefully, you and your organization will make it a rule that you deal with customer care, customer service, and other things in this arena very, very well. And then if things do not go well, then you do your best to get the best outcome for your client that you can conceivably get. Okay. So, what's the next item on the list, Nick? Well, we have feedback systems and service improvement. This is quite interesting that the ability to, I mean, we talked about feedback in last 2 weeks, haven't we? Surveys, digital communication channels. So, for example, messages on Facebook and direct messages, DMs on Twitter, etc., etc. Again, you can go and have your own examples of this. What examples come to mind for me? We had an issue with an airline that we had bags that were lost. Nobody could find them. A lot of people have had that. I was traveling with my brother-in-law, and he just put thing out on Twitter at the time. So this was back in the early days, within 5 years of Twitter opening up, and he actually got a response on Twitter, whereas I was sitting on a phone on some sort of call line for 90 minutes without getting any response, and he managed to get somebody to respond, and he was then able to proceed with our complaint or with our issue faster than I was on a telephone line. So now I don't know whether that's still the case because more people use Twitter nowadays or X. So, but you get the idea that sometimes there are different ways that you can actually be approached. So keep more communication channels open. Now, again, some examples on here. Thinking about Starbucks, they've implemented various systems, including the My Starbucks idea platform. Well, yeah. And also another example is JetBlue Airways listens to customer feedback with its voice of customer program. Now, look, those sound really good. Those sound fantastic. And maybe when they start, they're good and but it's how you carry it on and make sure that you give enough attention to this, even when you get even busier, because your reputation for customer service will help you create more sales. But if you don't keep tabs with it, if you don't keep on top of it, it doesn't matter how many sales you make. It's just that your returns or your cancellations will rise. The industry you're in, whatever you're selling. So it's important to not only deal with feedback, and to improve your service, but to use it as a retention tool as well. Go above and beyond and make sure that somebody comes away with, yes, this is wrong, that's wrong. Not only replace it, but give them something, something towards the next purchase, for example, a coupon or a gift or of some kind. Give them a positive experience that they can tell somebody. They're going to tell people that they had a problem. But what is the last thing that you want them to tell? We were in a pub the other day having a meal. Not happy with the meal. Not only did we get it comped, I got a free meal and a better meal, which is good. They even gave me an extra soft drink, which I was having, and they also gave us a dessert that one of my kids had. So after going away from it, I have no need or desire to go and write a bad review for the pub. If I did write a review, which I might still, it'll be glowing because I raised my hand as a customer. They responded in a very positive manner, and I came away even happier than I would have been had I got the meal that I wanted in the first place. So that outcome or the result is very important for you. Obviously, I don't make a habit of raising issues with having meals out. There are people out there that do, and they try it on a lot. So the business still needs to be a little bit savvy and a little bit smart, but customer service on that particular day was fantastic, and it was quite a large brand over here in the UK. Now, those are a couple of examples that we talked about, as I said. Absolutely. So one of the things that we looked at, or that I'd like you to look at, is a case study for transformative customer care. Now, what that means is that showcasing businesses that have excelled in customer care and helped to grow their business. And I'm going to talk about a couple of things on here. Discuss the ripple effect of good service can have on brand reputation and growth. So, for example, Nordstrom, they go above and beyond in their customer service to make sure the customer is safe. So whether it's a software that they have or whether it's some other service that you have with them, they are known to go above and beyond. So Netflix, again, learning from the leaders. Software platforms, share. Yeah, so this is the other thing. I've got examples, not on this actually. So software, let's talk about software. Obviously, this is a game that I love, and for me, it's where my background is in terms of working with software and helping people use it. A lot of platforms, what they do is they have a platform. They get you on board. You have an account with them, or you pay for a service, and you hoping that they develop things to help you. For example, the other day I got a brand new account. It's been a while since I used a software called Miro, Miro. .com, and it's like a designing tool. It helps me brainstorm ideas. It helps me set things out. It helps me present information, etc. And one of the things that it does, it allows its community, right? We're talking about community. It allows its community to create templates that can be shared with everybody else. So I could go design something, whatever it is, that I think will benefit others, and they will platform it and they will make it available to others. And it's so simple because what you're doing is, as a company, you're enabling your customer base uh, who are competent, confident, and etc., to go and showcase their talents using your software to your existing team in order to help retain these customers for yourself, but also you can use it as a reward to help the people that have that have designed these extra templates for you. This happens, for example, with Squarespace, which is a web development tool that I use, and they have a community. And in that community, you can create a template that you can actually offer for sale to others, whether it's for $2 or for $250, and you're enabling people. You're rewarding the risk taking, the entrepreneurial element that a lot of these people, a lot of your customers have, in order for them to actually move their business along. But in turn, you're cementing your relationship with your existing clients because you're offering them the opportunity to use this template on your platform. Plus, also, you may not have all the ideas or the use cases or even the budget to create even bigger design teams. Another example, Groove. Groove is fantastic. Yeah, you know what I think about Groove. Groove is fantastic for having the ability to have affiliate marketing, to use Groove itself to leverage that to work on affiliate marketing. And also, so there's a particular element, there's a whole module based on Groove affiliates and the ability for myself or you or anybody else to be able to design a product or a service on Groove or outside Groove in order for you to sell your service through the Groove platform, and the Groove platform helps you facilitate this. Now, what's this got to do with customer service? Well, what it is, it leads to a kind of like your customers or your clients are an extension of your design team because you can set certain standards and so on. A lot of, for example, with Squarespace, they have a Squarespace. Sounds really funny when I say it. Squarespace have got a community called the Circle. Right? So, and I'm a non-active member now, and what they have events and things, and they have certain standards that you have to adhere to, etc. So you semi-regulate that community or regulate it, and you're encouraging them. You're encouraging them in terms of, hey, we're looking for growth. If you can bring people on, your clients on, we'll give you more returns. We'll give you commissions. We'll give you this, that, and the other. So you're helping your customers and your clients become not only your design team, but your sales team as well, and your marketing team as well, as an extension of. So what you're doing is you are having a bigger footprint, a bigger impact comparatively compared to the size of team that you actually have, whether it's you yourself or you and a handful of other people. You're having a bigger impact on it. And that's where this type of customer service, this type of retention, this type of community building, this type of customer care can very much help. Absolutely help. Let me give you another example. Holistically looking at this whole topic of customer care, but specifically in community building. The Lego, you know the toys Lego, right? Over the years, they were a dying brand. It wasn't cool. It wasn't electronic. It didn't beep. It didn't. These were just plastic blocks. Now, I had them as a kid, and that was a long time ago. And what happened was that they had to do some soul searching. They had to do some brainstorming. They had to go and deliver the deliver a plan. Okay, how are we going to get out of this issue, this problem? So basically, one of the things they did was to create a community. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and, well, let's find some information. They built a community of people, or they grew a community out of their customers. And what they did was they had a situation whereby they actually called it, and again, I'm going to go and find the information right here. Right. So what they did was they called it a dedicated community platform, right? So they created this platform. So not only did they allow people to share their creations, pictures and videos of what they've created, but also to participate in challenges, even to have suggest new product ideas. This sort of feedback fostered a lot of very strong relationship between the Lego community, the people who buy the toys, and the company. And don't forget, this isn't just children, because everybody's grown up with Lego, as I said. So you've got a large community of people who've actually had your product in their hands. And so they didn't let these people go. They allowed them to create, to join a community. And, there's a strong sense of camaraderie, of belief, of community, and so on, that then helps helps them develop, helps them create their ideas on what the direction that Lego should go, or new ideas for new different types of scenes, of new elements or characters, Lego characters that can be placed in particular areas. There's a number of things that you can do with it, but inherently, what you're doing is you're leveraging the love that your customers have for your products to help drive them forward and develop as design, part-time designers, but in order to help your company not only retain them in a community, but also to grow your business as well with ideas and then reward them. Fantastic. What a great example. Now, I'm going to give you one last example about what I'm talking about. Now, okay, so we're in 2024 now. This is, one for the teenagers, is that back in the day, people used to go and get CDs, right? So these are discs that you put into computer. I know you probably don't have one of those now. Look it up, CD, all right? It's just two letters, CD. And so back in the day, in the 90s, you had a situation where you had I Love Film, which I believe then went on to become Netflix. They would rent videos and then CDs and DVDs for movies. And the CD market for music was big. And yes, you can go and buy it in the shops from around about the late 80s, early 90s. You can buy CDs in the shops, but they were very expensive. And so these companies came out in the 90s and actually had a situation whereby they could actually do it a lot cheaper. They didn't have to have premises, they didn't have to pay staff in the shops. They would just have a distribution center. Great. But then there were a lot of them. And there was this one particular company that actually said, right, okay, in marketing, when you can actually look into different ways of working, and you can look at different ways in which you can actually go and help market your products. Well, sometimes it's the product. Sometimes it's you make your product better, different, unique, all of those kind of things. Another way to do it is by having the same product as everybody else, but doing one thing or a number of things very differently to help you stand out. And this is the case of CD Baby. Let me show you. Now, in this particular example, so it was back in 1998. The owner was Derek Sivers, started CD Baby. And with the order, he would actually say, "Yeah, thank you for your order is being shipped today. Thank you for your business." And then one of he's saying here that part of CD Baby's mission is to put smiles on faces, and he spent 20 minutes writing up the following. Well, yeah, but also he knew he needed to stand out. He knew he needed better marketing. It was not just the fact that he wanted to put smiles on faces. Yes, that was great, but he also needed to change his marketing because he needed to increase his market share. Now, what happened here was that he wrote this. So if you bought a CD from CD Baby, this is what you would expect. Something like this. So, thank you for your order with CD Baby. Your CD has been gently taken from our CD Baby shelves and sterilized contamination-free gloves and placed onto a satin pillow. Fantastic. A team of 50 employees inspected your CD and polished it to make sure it was in the best possible condition before mailing. Our packing specialist from Japan lit a candle, and a hush fell over the crowd as he put CD into the finest gold-lined box that money can buy. We all had a wonderful celebration afterwards, and the whole party marched down the street to the place where the entire town of Portland waved "Bon voyage" to your package on its way to you in our private CD Baby jet on this day, Friday, the 6th of June. I hope you have a wonderful time shopping at CD Baby. We sure did. Your picture is on our wall as Car of the Year. We're all exhausted, but can't wait for you to come back to cdbaby.com. Do you see that call to action? Okay. Thank you once again. And there you go. That's what happened. This particular email, everybody loved it. Everybody loved it, so much so that it created many blog posts, which in turn obviously helped SEO for that website. And they 20 minutes of creative, effective writing is always better than just having a better product. Yes, you can try to have better products, but sometimes the product is the same. It's what you add to it. That's the key. It's what you can add to it in terms of adding your personality, your authenticity, your your secret sauce into a product that's more valuable in the eyes of your ideal customer. And that's what that is, CD Baby. Fantastic. But what he did was he described beautiful customer care, because you're going to get the most unique CD delivered to you, well taken care of, polished, gold lined case, the whole works. And he sold you a dream, and you sent this to all your friends. Think about that. Because even though it's just a CD, people were talking about it because of the experience that you gave them. And that, I would say, that was quite an intended experience. That was intentional. Because in that marketplace, everybody was doing it. How do you make yourself stand out? That so much so that 25 years later, 26 years later, you and I are talking about it right now. How impactful is that? Now, what about you? What examples do you have of that type of customer service? That type of giving you goose pimples, making the hair on the back of your neck stand up? What examples do you have of that? Write it down, put it into the chat, and share with you. So Simon's here. Simon, it's an example of customer care you've had. It would be fantastic. Also, Charles is here again. Hi, Charles. Hope you're well. Now, one of the things that we're looking at is this idea of taking customer care and doing something with it, being intentional. It's not something that you have to do. It's something that you get to do. And if you go in with that positive attitude, that idea that you can you can put a smile on somebody's face. When I actually go and have consultations, for example, with Groove, one of the things that I try to do is, obviously we said about active listening, but one of the things that I would always say is that how can I make the person feel more at home, more relaxed, feeling as though they've been listened to, but more importantly, that I can go and help their situation. Now, if I'm not going to go and blow smoke where the sun don't shine just for the sake of it. That's not my job. My job is to go and help them and improve their position in whatever, whether it is by us answering a question, whether it's referring them to something else. How do I make somebody's day? So think about that. How can you make somebody's day? They bought your product, or they're about to buy your product or service. How else do you make their day? What other bonuses do you add on to it? What other what cherries can you put on the top of the ice cream? Okay, so thinking there's a lot of things on there that you can do. So let's take stock of where we are today in terms of what we've covered today. We've looked at the pillars of trustworthy service. It's about that idea of know, like, trust, and you know that you'll be taken care of. The customer service dream team. You know, this idea of Lego community, Squarespace creating the circle community, right? So there's a number of things in there. They create communities. Why do you think I call this series Courses and Communities? It helps retention, it helps focus, it rewards customers, and also it gets them to come back to you again. Feedback system and service improvement. If somebody doesn't tell you it's broken, and the only thing they tell their friends is never use that person again, you've not learned anything. It means that your customer care, your customer services is quiet. You don't have any more work to do on that front. Well, that's not good, because you lose an opportunity to show how you deal with issues or how you deal with problems that your customers may have. You also use an element of retention. You also lose an element of engaging with your customers. And we talked about customer engagement, haven't we, previously? Finally, some case studies, transformative customer care. That CD Baby story. They actually just they had so many more customers after that. People, and especially back in the day, 25 years ago, email was the main form of electronic communication, and people would go and forward it on to everybody in their list, everybody that they know. Imagine if somebody took your email and sent it on to 100 other people or 300 other people. What would that do for you? Well, it depends on whether they're looking for your service, right? But what could happen is that you could, in fact, gain a lot more traction, a lot more leads, probably a lot more customers. So think outside the box. Make your product better. Make it more interesting. Make it stand out. But if you can't make it stand out as much, then the way in which you deliver the product or create it or deliver it, that's the way to stand out. There's different ways to do it. But you've got to think about this, think outside the box, and make sure that you look after customer care and make it care beyond compare. There you go. Now, calls to action. I want you to have a look at the Groove Asia events. That's very important. And one of the things that I want you to do is to make sure that you look and see what's coming up. Well, let's take a look here, shall we? When you go to that link, you'll get to this screen over here, and you'll see that we've got GLUs running in the next few days in the red over here. But there's this fantastic session coming along from JJ, and this is the secrets of confidence and communication. And if you go to this link over here, sign up for it, and there you go. There's JJ. What a star! And Speak Like a Pro, Art of Impactful Communication, and it's in 2 days and 14 hours time. Save a spot. All of those things are here. The details, what you'll get from it. Secure your spot now. Sign up, sign up, sign up. That's all we have here for today. I want to thank you. I want to make sure that you take on board the messages that we have. Make sure that you have this idea of customer care. Make sure you have impact, and we'll see you again next time. Sign up for JJ's course. See you next time, and we've got 4 more sessions in this series. Do it. You have a great week. See you again soon. And and one more thing. Make sure you go to the other GLUs as well with Peter and Karen and Tyra's Power Hour. Take it away, Simon.
Hi, this is Simon Liang with GrooveAsia.cm. Are you already a part of the #1 community in the world? If not, do so right now for free training and support, along with live sessions to help you succeed. Start now by joining us in our private Facebook group and get more exclusive video content on our YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe with notifications turned on for all updates. Join our community right now. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you on the inside at GrooveAsia.cm.